Razor Ramon versus Diesel for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam 1994. Diesel had been in the WWE for about a year as Shawn Michaels' bodyguard. Razor and Shawn had that great, unbelievable, amazing, legendary ladder match at WrestleMania 10 where Razor walked away as the undisputed Intercontinental Champion. They then put Diesel in front of him as a challenger, and Diesel actually beat Razor for the title on television, on Superstars or Challenge or something like that. And it was rare to see an Intercontinental title change back in those days, just on one of their regular weekly TV shows in syndication or whatever. So Diesel was being built as a pretty unstoppable machine. He was now Intercontinental Champion, and him and Shawn had basically reversed roles. Shawn was now on the outside of the ring accompanying Diesel to the ring during every match, and Diesel was doing all the work in the ring. So Razor Ramon would get his rematch at SummerSlam against Diesel, and since Shawn Michaels was in Diesel's corner, Razor Ramon got to even up the odds by having the legendary, probably the greatest running back in the history of the NFL and hometown boy Walter Payton be in his corner for this Intercontinental title match. This show was in Chicago at the United Center. This was the very first show ever held in the United Center, and I don't think the WWE has ever been back there. But it's a beautiful looking arena, and I was so happy WWE was there back in 1994 because wrestling was in the shitter, the houses were down, attendance was down, interest was down, so to see them pack out this giant building in Chicago was really nice for me to see as a fan that, okay, not everybody hates wrestling, they still do have a lot of fans out there, and they packed in that United Center and presented the fans with a hell of a card, and this was one of the nice gems on that card, Intercontinental title rematch with Razor and Diesel. Now, the night before this pay-per-view, they put the belts, the tag team belts, on Shawn and Diesel. They took on the Head Shrinkers the night before at a house show and defeated them for the tag team titles, so Diesel entered this pay-per-view with 2 titles. He had only been in the WWE for a year, and he's a very decorated champion by this point. So I think putting the tag team belts on Shawn and Diesel was done because they were going to take the IC belt and put it back on Razor, and they wanted to keep Diesel strong and relevant. So the match in the ring wasn't, I would say, like a 5-star match or anything like that because Kevin Nash is extremely limited, but these two guys still told an awesome story. All the extracurricular stuff on the outside of the ring with Walter Payton and Shawn Michaels was really fun to watch. The crowd was into it. The atmosphere was awesome. I remember watching this match live on pay-per-view at home. Jerry Lawler and Vince McMahon were doing a great job on commentary. It just had a really good overall feel, and I look back on this match very, very fondly. And I myself really loved Razor Ramon as the Intercontinental Champion. I remember being a little bit disappointed when he dropped the belt to Diesel. So I was extremely happy when the finish came and Razor Ramon was able to knock off Diesel and win back the Intercontinental title with help from Shawn Michaels. Of course, Shawn Michaels tries to get involved again. You knew at some point him and Walter Payton were going to get physical. Shawn tries to climb in the ring, and Walter Payton is trying to slow him down. Finally, Shawn gets in there while the referee is knocked out, and Diesel holds up Razor for Shawn to deliver the super kick, but Razor moves and Shawn nails Diesel. Walter Payton then grabs Shawn Michaels, preventing him from stopping the 3 count, and Razor Ramon wins back the Intercontinental title to an enormous pop by the crowd. And this really kicked off the dissension between Shawn and Diesel that would roll on all the way until Survivor Series. They would hold on to these tag team titles. Actually, they would never lose the tag team titles. When they finally did break up a few months later, Shawn threw the belt in the trash, and they just vacated them. So WWE at this point at SummerSlam had already had in their head that eventually they're going to have a showdown and a split between Shawn Michaels and Diesel, and this was the beginning of all of that when Shawn basically cost Diesel the Intercontinental title. And then the end of the match when Walter Payton is celebrating with Razor Ramon, I think they even brought in Walter Payton's son to celebrate with them. And it was just a great moment not only for WWE fans, but for Intercontinental Champion fans, and for Razor Ramon fans, and for Walter Payton fans in the city of Chicago. A great overall moment and a match that stands out to me as one of my favorite in SummerSlam history, and that's why it's on this list.